Hello and welcome to the Bone Broth Acne Cure question and answer. My name's Toni from cultivatedwellbeingDOTcom, your go-to resource for living a sweet, rich life. In this show, I'll read a question from a reader and do my best to give a great answer. If you have a question of your own, please email me at toni@cultivatedwellbeingDOTcom and I'll do my best to get it on the show. Today's question is from Laura. Laura says, "Hi Toni, I'm 17 years old and I've been struggling with acne since I was 11. My acne is mostly concentrated in my T-zone and rarely on my cheeks, but mostly on my forehead. I've been on birth control for 6 months now, but the problem still isn't fixed. I notice that my acne comes up when I start my second week of my menstrual cycle, so I know that my acne is hormonal. Will bone broth balance my hormones? If not, do you know anything that could help balance them without taking birth control? Also, I have anxiety. How does bone broth help cure it?" Laura, such good questions. I totally feel for you. I had the really similar experience with my own acne. I started when I was a teenager as well, early teens, probably 12 or 13 years old actually, and that acne just persisted, and mine started the same way. T-zone on my nose, just right across the forehead, just, braille across the forehead, and actually had some redness there as well. And then right down the middle, I had blackheads across my chin, blackheads across my nose. And I really didn't start getting cheek acne until I started getting adult acne, which was later in my 20s. So I totally feel for you. The T-zone acne is really associated with teenage acne. It's associated with hormonal acne in terms of how it comes up when your hormones change for the first time and you become an adult. So this does not mean that this acne here is not hormonal. This acne here is actually indicating that you have a hormonal trouble as an adult. That's actually where mine became really terrible for a long time. You say you know that your acne is hormonal, and yes, that's probably the case because you are a teenager, and that's what happens when you're a teenager. Sometimes you get hormonal acne. Bone broth does help balance your hormones, and it helps do that because there are a few different reasons. One is that it seals your gut lining, and that's the number one thing that helps in this situation. When you have a permeable gut wall, lots and lots of things that you don't want into your bloodstream can get in from the food that you're eating. So for example, you eat, it doesn't even matter if it's an inflammatory food. It can be an everyday food, but let's say you're eating a piece of meat. So you're eating a piece of meat, your stomach acid's digested a certain amount, it goes into your intestines, it keeps being digested, and then it gets to your large intestine where it's supposed to just take those last few nutrients and then transit it out. Well, sometimes when it's in your intestine, if you have a leaky gut wall, those partially digested proteins can get into your bloodstream, and that can cause inflammation. It actually doesn't matter what type of food it is. It can be a protein, it can be a carbohydrate, it can be a fat, but those partially digested pieces are the problem. And when that gets into your bloodstream, it can create inflammation. Chronic inflammation can create skin problems, and it can also create barriers and impedance to the creation of other healthy hormones that help regulate your body. So for example, let's see, if you have trouble with your thyroid, or if you have trouble with your mood, which you mentioned also anxiety, let's just answer that question now. A leaky gut can be a source of a mood disorder. I've said this before, I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing anything. However, it's been shown that leaky gut and leaky brain are intimately connected. Most people who have gut disorders also have, well, no, I'm going to reverse that. Most people who have mood disorders almost always have some sort of gut disturbance, whether it's constipation, diarrhea, other types of bowel situations, and skin is part of that. So oftentimes when people have skin problems, they also have digestive problems. So there's this thing called the gut-brain-skin axis, and all of that has been studied as early as the 1900s. Those things have been connected. Those three things: the gut, the skin, and the brain. So if you do have anxiety and you are drinking bone broth, and you can seal that gut lining and replenish what's missing in your gut, which is the healthy bacteria, and actually promote the proper absorption of your nutrients by keeping all of the food that you're eating in there long enough to do what it's supposed to do before it gets out of your body, there is a good chance that it could help your anxiety. Like I said, I'm not positing that anything is going to cure anything. I'm not a doctor, but definitely give it a try. It's not going to hurt. If you'd like to check out my bone broth recipe, you can check it out at cultivatedwellbeingDOTcom. I've linked right here in the bottom of the screen. You can see the link and you can just click on it there and grab my recipe. Laura, good luck to you, and I would love to hear how you're doing. If you want to comment either here at the video, or if you want to go back to the blog, that's great too, but please keep us updated. And if anyone else has any suggestions for Laura, definitely put them in the comments below, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much and have a great day.